Hey YouTube, what is up? Firefist Backos here to bring you my very first review for Boku no Hero Academia, the manga, chapter 89, All for One's Sake. Now we basically begin where we left off last week, where we seen the All for One, which is basically, I would say, the opposite of All Might's power, one for all. He does one thing for all people instead of doing all things for just one person. That's the way I see it, a yin and yang type thing. So it begins off with all of the Toromaru's guys getting captured and everything. And All Might notices what's happening, and All Might's like, wait, take me there with you too. And he charges after Toromaru, who has all the hands on his face and everything. Which I'm interested to see exactly what his quirk is, because All for One said something interesting in this chapter and everything. Obviously, All Might didn't go with them, and he had some Numas on him, and he used the Oklahoma Smash. I'm pretty sure he threw one of them, if I'm not mistaken. He had like 3 of the Numas on him. Yeah, he had 3 on him, and he threw one up in the ceiling. One on the floor, or 2 up in the ceiling, I'm not really sure, because he did like a spinning tornado. We had Gran Torino there, we had the Wood Guy there, and we had a bunch of other heroes and everything, and Endeavor was outside, and he's fighting all of the Numas and everything, and Wood Guy said he's sorry that all the enemies escaped, which is weird. I wonder what exactly All for One's quirk is, because it kind of just... it came out of nowhere. It started attacking Tormara and all of his people and everything. And Boku, who was captured by them and everything, got teleported to the area where Meteora's group was and where All for One is. And I'm pretty sure they're not really that close. The factories, or where their base was, and where the factory is, where Meteora is with Idia and everybody else. And well, there was Genus there, and Genus, like, it's weird, he can control threads of clothes and everything, so when All for One attacked that group of people and everything, he used strings or something to pull them away, so that they wouldn't exactly get harmed and everything. And there were people talking and all that, it's crazy that there's all this damage and everything, and it's like, well, this is probably the first time in a long time in this hero world that they've actually had a major villain threat, because there's one point, they're like, sheesh, what a pretty mess they've made, and they're talking about the city, because they totally destroyed a building and everything and all this other stuff. And then, All Might asked Endeavor if he was alright, if everything was okay, and he's like, of course I'm okay. What are you doing, getting senile at your old age, asking if I'm okay? If you're gonna go, just go. And then he says, alright, I'll leave everything to you, and All Might just dips out of there. And then we go to the factory that All for One destroyed, and this is at the point where he's like, you're very smart. You were able to get your powers through experience, through training and all that stuff. And then he says one thing. He said in an instant you controlled everybody's clothes, you pulled them away. You pulled them out of the way, your judgment and everything is top of the line and everything like that. And then, he basically, then Genist was saying, heroes, the pro heroes won't be defeated by you. And then we get to a flashback. They're going to a flashback when they're talking about everything, and All for One's power, his strength rivals that of All Might. So like I was saying earlier on, I really do think this All for One is the same thing as One for All that All Might has. And maybe we'll find out later on how these quirks came into existence, and how come All Might is able to transfer his quirk to other people. It might be something that is only special to All for One and One for All, but we likely will find that out later on in the series and everything. So anyway, while Genist is saying this, it looks like he got killed by All for One. There was like this weird panel where like it looks like he's getting up, but then he's got like it looks like there's threads that are pushing him up from the ground. So at first I thought, okay, he's able to control threads, so maybe he's able to control everything and like that he's wearing, and it's able to get strengthened. So just like a regular thread could be as strong as leather and everything, maybe that's part of his quirk, because we really don't know a lot about the actual pro heroes other than All Might and Endeavor, and we got Eraserhead and all those others. And basically he cuts him, and there's one part he says the strength, all for One's talking to Genist. He says the strength that you possess is the result of considerable training and practical experience. Yours, I don't need yours. Your quirk doesn't suit Toriyama's personality. So, is All for One able to take quirks out of people and give them to others and make people have multiple quirks? Or is he able to switch quirks with people? So like basically he could take Bokogu's explosion and switch it with Shuto's fire and ice, because he has fire and ice. So maybe he could even do it where he takes away Shuto's fire and gives it to Bokogu, and Bokogu's explosion goes to Shuto. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying that shit will ever happen, but maybe it's something like that where he can take people's quirks and exchange them with other people, or just give that person a quirk so they would become multiple quirks. Because as we know, Shoto was born with fire and ice, and he never liked using the fire because of the way Endeavor treated him and everything. And then we got Meteora, Idia, Shuto, and the other two, I'm blanking on their names right now. They're all sitting there saying, oh my god, it happened in the blink of an eye. We were helpless. What is he? What the hell? I'm paralyzed by fear. My body won't move. And the five of them were all hiding because, they got there to the factory and they looked inside. They thought Bokogu was there and all the Numas were there. And then, boom, the factory exploded. And we didn't even see exactly what happened. All we seen was that it happened, and then All for One walked out and this other stuff. And then one thing is, and then we hear there's it looks like Meteor is gonna throw up. We have the sound effect bubble that says splash, and then Meteor is like, what the fuck, it smells like shit. And then we got Bokogu that comes out, and Toriyama and all of his people, and then Bokogu just yells, the hell is this? And then you have Meteora and everybody else go Bokogu, and then Kachin, and then All for One apologized to Bokogu. He's like, I'm sorry, Bokogu. And then he's like, eh? And then you see everybody else come out and everything, and he's basically saying, Toriyama, you failed again. But you accomplished. But you absolutely cannot get discouraged. All you need to do is go and try again and all this other shit. He brought all his comrades back for him, and he even brought the boy too, because you said he is an important piece. Now, what does he mean by important piece? Does he mean he's he obviously means he's an important piece to his organization. His power would be an important piece. But obviously there's some other ulterior motive to Toriyama and All for One in everything. And he says, and then he goes on to say, try as many times as you like. That is why I am here. Everything I do is for your sake. And then we see underneath we have Bokogu and Meteor's reaction. And then he's basically, Meteor sitting there like, what can I do? You know, I can use my power, jump, grab him, grab Bokogu in like 1 second. But what do I do then? Do I run? How are we gonna get away if they all see me grab him and everything? Because the second Meteor realizes, the second he grabs Bokogu and he tries to save him, not only will he have All For One on him, but he'll have Taramu and all of Taramu's people and everything. At least I think that's how you pronounce his name. If I'm butchering any names, sorry, I'm not really good at Japanese names. But yeah, and he's sitting there saying, you know, I have to do something, I have to do something, I have to do something, I have to save Bokogu. And then Idia grabs him. And, what is it? Yeah, Idia grabbed Shotu with his left hand and then grabbed Meteor with his right hand, and basically in his head he's saying, I will protect you guys this time, because Meteor and Shotu were the ones that protected Idia when he was getting attacked by Stain earlier on in the story and everything. And he realizes, you know, and he even said before anything happened, if anything happens and the situation goes south, I'm doing everything I can to protect you guys, and they're getting the fuck out of there. And then it goes to a panel, and you see All For One react, and he's like, oh, it looks like he's coming after all. And then we see exclamation points, and then All Might is there and everything. And then All Might says, I'm gonna make you give everything back, All For One. And then this is the thing that really got me. All For One's like, are you gonna kill me again, All Might? Again. So All Might's killed this guy already. What the fuck? How is he still alive? I can understand, like, his strength rivals All Might and everything, but if you kill somebody, usually they're dead. You make sure they're dead. So maybe, could this have been, maybe, you know, All Might slipped up, thought he was dead, and he's just mocking him, saying, oh, you're gonna kill me again? Because maybe the last time they actually had a big fight, he said, I'm gonna kill you. And that might have been the only person All Might said that he would kill, and maybe he's doing that to mock him or say something like that. But yeah, that's the end of chapter 89. Like this video, dislike this video if you disliked it. Keep it 100 with me, I'll keep it 100 with you. Comment down below on what you guys thought of the video and everything. And comment down below on what you guys thought about this chapter and everything. How many of you guys have come over, because there's only 4 or 5 episodes of the manga of the anime. How many people have seen the anime and then, you know, were like, oh, you know, I'm interested in this, and then picked it up and started reading it from chapter 1 to where it is now. Now there's only 89 chapters and everything, so it's a pretty small series. I will be reviewing it from here on out and on. Subscribe if you want to see all my videos when they come out and everything. And as always, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, no matter what you guys decide to do. And until next time, Firefist Backer signing out, saying bye-bye, everybody.